Hello, I'm David D. Cosmo. Welcome to ECTV Live. With me, Russ Defender, my co-host.
Good to see you, Dave.
Good to see you as well. Michelle Wheeler is our guest today. Michelle makes a return engagement from the Lackawanna College Environmental Center. And Michelle will back up for those that don't know. We think of the college based in the city of Scranton, but you're an affiliate and you're not based in Scranton.
We are not, nope. We're the Lackawanna College's Environmental Education Center, and we're located in Covington Township, which is just a few miles right up Route 307.
Okay, and what is nice about the center is that while it is used for education for those going to Lackawanna College, there's also all kinds of programs offered there that are available to members of the community. And we want to talk about some of those today, but let's first talk about an event that's coming up right away almost on the 23rd. We'll be talking a little bit about the center, but you want people to come and see it.
Yes. So this is an open house for two of our college programs. It is going to be March 23rd, which is this coming Saturday. It starts at 9 and it goes until noon. And anybody interested can come join us for an information session for two of our certificate programs. The first is Conservation and Natural Resource Certificate, and the second is a Certificate in Sustainable Leadership.
And can we say anything more about ecological-minded folks in this day and age with climate change and global warming and recycling and cleaning up the rivers? This is the era of recycling and climate change.
And the college has really been kind of way ahead when it comes to this, because the center has been operational for some time now.
Yes. Yep, we've been around since about 2003, 2004. We started at main campus here in Scranton. Then we were at the Moffett Estate, which is located in Covington Township. It's the township park. And then in 2014, we moved to our own facility, still in Covington Township, but we have 211 acres and a brand new LEED certified building and facility out there.
Well, that's a large, yeah, as a matter of fact, you have a photo, I think, of at least one of the facilities out there. And you did very well when you're on the Moffett Estate, as I recall.
We did, yep. Yeah, we had great programs, very similar programs there, lots of summer day camps, lots of K through 12 school field trips, our Early Explorers program, the preschoolers.
Right.
Yeah, and we just kind of outgrew. We were in the beautiful front building, which was the original caretaker's mansion.
Yeah, that's
the
a
house,
nice place.
The caretaker's house for the mansion, and
Now,
we kind of outgrew our space.
On the
That's the
existing
new
campus,
building, yeah.
Though. And was that a grant situation? How did you folks come up with that? That's a big piece of land.
The original property was donated by one of the Mackenzie sisters, who was an alumni of Lackawanna College from years before. So the property was donated, and then there was some grants and stuff to build the building, yeah.
Yeah, we have said so many times that, especially when you're talking about environmental matters, you can sit in a classroom and you can look at the book and you can flip the pages and read all about it. But when you get out in,
you're right. And the whole facility is sustainable with the water recycling, sand filtration. You go through the entire back to nature process of filtering your water, which goes back into your local tributaries.
Correct. So our facility has what's called a marsh machine, which is very unique. There's only a few of them in the state of Pennsylvania. So all of our wastewater is not connected to the municipal sewers. We are not connected to a sand mound or anything. All of it goes to, it looks like a greenhouse from the outside, and it goes in there, and we use all natural processes to clean our water. And it goes back into the building, and it's called a gray water recovery system, so we use that to flush the toilets.
Enzymes, of course, and biological components.
And the plants,
we must point out that there's gray water, then there's black water, which is sewage. But you're right, gray water is kind of like the water you get out of your dehumidifier. You could drink it if you had to, but it's not really recommended because there's bacterial spores and things in it, but that's really good.
Right before our holding tank that goes into the toilets, we do have an ultraviolet light. So what the ultraviolet light does, it mutates the DNA in the nucleus, so the bacteria and stuff can't reproduce.
This place is really well thought of.
It's really fascinating, yeah.
And I guess it's constantly evolving as well.
It is, yeah. So we started off with a lot of the K through 12 and younger kids education and a lot of community outreach and programs for the community. And then the last few years we've been expanding into the college level programming.
It
So
was kind of interesting because it's a college facility.
Yeah.
But it actually originally started taking care of pre-college age students.
Students, yeah.
And now the college students are coming there as well.
Yeah.
Do they are there actually classrooms there? Or?
Yep, we have classrooms there. Yep. So we have students that come and take classes at our program. We have students that are taking classes primarily at main campus and then join us for field trips at our center, or they come out to do their labs. We like to call our 211 acres the living laboratory. So just like you said before, like getting those hands-on experiences in nature, you can't find them in a classroom. So we have that,
Yeah,
which is great.
yeah. Well, and you've had great response to the programs that you have offered there. And one of them that's starting, it's a spring program, and it's called the Early Explorers Program. It's one of the reasons I'd ask you to come in today. There are a number of sessions scheduled. Are they all on Saturdays or what?
These are all on Mondays.
All on Mondays.
And
Okay, beginning on March 25th.
yeah.
Let me just read the titles of these programs. The Tiny Seed, Spring Winds, Earth Day Celebration, well, that's kind of
on Earth Day,
self-explanatory. Forest Floor, Garden Fun, Beautiful Butterflies. So what are we going to see for those who get involved in this early explore? First of all, what age group are we looking at here?
So this is Early Explorers, and this is our preschool series. So
These are the really young
the really
kids.
little guys, yeah. So this is designed for ages 3 to 6 with the guardian. So the parent can stay or the brother and sister can kind of come too. And it's an hour and a half. It's every other Monday. And it's really just to get the little guys connected to nature and some of their first experiences. So the first program is Tiny Seeds. We'll start with a story time to introduce students to the topic. And then there's always a component of outdoor exploration. So we'll go outside and we'll look for seeds around the property. And then little guys always like hands-on crafty stuff. So then we try to incorporate a craft for the day.
Get them in
So-
early, because next year's
Yeah.
the big one with Earth Day, 50 years next year,
Yeah,
1970
yeah.
to 2020.
I'm just amazed though. Now I've got a 3.5-year-old grandson, and he is. I mean, everything to them is new. Everything is interesting. So it probably is a good time for an introduction, at least, to environmental concerns.
We actually, with this program, we don't like to talk anything about concerns. We just want them to get inspired by nature and know it's there.
Just
So
to
it's
enjoy nature?
Just to enjoy and get acquainted with it, answer some of those basic questions. Just like you said, the 3-year-olds, they're always asking why and how, you know. So you
Oh,
can
yeah.
bring them to us for an hour and a half and we'll...
I've already taught him a course myself. We've been rock skipping.
Oh, on water?
Rock skipping, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's an art.
Yeah, it
you
is an
know.
art.
That's a
Flat
really
stones
important
on the
skill.
top of the water? Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
And there's a scientific reason why that works, isn't there?
There is, yeah, exactly right, because water has one of the highest, has the highest tensile, the tensility of water is one of the highest. That's why you can overfill a glass by about maybe 2 or 3 millimeters, because it
Yeah.
has a high surface tension.
capillary
as you go.
action.
That's correct. The highest surface tension of any liquid is water. That's why. So that led into a really good, another part of your course there, Dave.
Sitting here between two scientists, all I can do is skip the stone.
That's the art.
Yep.
But that's the kind of thing that that he's interested in. As a matter of fact, now he'll see a pond and can I throw a rock in there? So that's it's made a difference. Some of the other things you're getting, the spring winds, for instance. What's
So the kids get to learn about wind. That kind of ties back into the seeds because wind is such an
Pollination.
important part
Yeah.
of nature that we kind of overlook because it's just always there and it messes with your hair, it makes you chilly. But wind, we'll talk about animals and how they protect themselves in shelter and seed and pollination and stuff. So spring winds, yeah.
okay? The next one after that will be actually the Earth Day celebration.
Yep.
On April 22nd for the Early Explorers program. Forest Floor on May 6th.
So for forest floor, we're going to look at all of the decomposers, and the little kiddos really like this one because we'll go right out into the forest. We'll help them roll over logs. We'll turn over stones. We'll look for
pine cones.
Yep,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff that's under there. So they'll find salamanders, they'll find beetles, they'll find ants, worms, you name it. They'll be out there looking for it. They get a little bug box to borrow for the day, and they get to collect them all and show them. We even have like a worm race. So
That's pretty good.
yeah, so we've you know,
long
made a
part of
little
the day.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That,
And the kids get
that's
to
the
put them
finale,
on there.
is the
and-
worm race.
Yeah, yeah. But they think it's fun.
You don't know what you'll find under decomposing nature. It's
There
true.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. All right, then May 20th is garden fun, flowers and such, or?
It's flowers, but also
Vegetables?
Yeah. So in the first program on March 25th, because this is a series, you don't have to register for the whole thing, but you get a discount if you sign up for all 6 classes. So on the first class, we'll start seeds, and then on this class, on the 20th, they will have already germinated and started. So then we'll plant them outside. So. And we'll have extras, so if somebody can't make it to the first one and they can make it to the second one, we'll have extra plants so people can.
And then the final session for Early Explorers is scheduled June 3rd, Beautiful Butterflies. Is that about the time that they're?
Yeah, they're starting, yeah. So we have butterfly nets, and we'll take the kids out to the meadow, and they'll get to kind of catch
Yeah.
whatever they see, so.
How long have you done Early Explorers? How many years has that been going on?
Oh, goodness. That's been a while, maybe 5 to 7
Do you
years.
get good response on something like that?
Yeah, we usually have about 20 kids, 25 sometimes. We run it every spring and every fall, so.
That's a good turnout.
Yeah.
25 folks.
All right, now if they're interested in signing for the whole session of Early Explorers, what's the cost on that as opposed to an individual?
It's $40 for the series, and then it's $8 if just one class.
That's pretty reasonable, especially, I mean, there's got to be
Sure is.
some materials involved that you've got to invest in, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, there's materials with all of them, you know, soil and seeds and craft stuff, you know.
Just the
so-
time involved
Yeah, oh yeah.
comes at a premium.
Yeah. And this is the regular staff at the center that will be doing the
Yes.
teaching, as it were?
Yep.
Okay. This group, again, real early, but then you don't limit the programs you have there to the Early Explorers or the college level. You really touch almost everything in between.
We
Those
do.
are separate programs, is that right?
It is, yep. So one of our other really popular programs kind of leads in right after this. So Early Explorers is for ages 3 to 6, and then we start ages 5 can go right into summer day camp. So we have summer day camp ranging from age 5 all the way to age 13. There's over 11 weeks of
Oh, that's a
different
long- yeah.
themed camps. We have everything from art and nature, backyard habitats, eco explorers. We have a wilderness survival. That one is super hot topic right now because everyone wants to, you know, learn how to build a fire and build shelters and stuff.
Like Bear Grylls.
Like
on those.
Bear Grylls, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
On all those Discovery Channel shows. Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, I have another grandson who just turned 16, as a matter of fact, but very much into the outdoors. And we visited a park out in, I believe it was Sullivan County. And there's an old fireplace there, actually built by the Civilian Conservation
Oh,
Corps.
the CCC.
One of the, one
Yeah.
of these pavilions with a fireplace in it. And you pile up some kindling and such like that. Now, I'm going to get the matches. No, Grandpa.
Oh, they got to do
He's
it by
got
friction,
He's
huh?
got
Yeah.
a flint.
Oh, yeah.
Flint
Yeah.
star.
Well,
By
Let
gosh, it
them
worked.
learn. Yeah, it
well,
does.
they go over the Flintstone. They also try fire by friction,
Sure.
which is super challenging.
That's tough. And you
but
got
they-
the right
Oh,
wood,
that's
right?
They
right.
learn-
You gotta-
They learn how to collect tinder bundles. They learn fire safety and how to make sure you choose a good spot for your fire, put rocks around it,
And how to
get the
extinguish.
debris away,
Yeah, yeah.
and then also to extinguish it. And of course, while we have the fire lit, we make sure we have s'mores and stuff. Yeah.
That's the key to any good fire.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It's the snack
And
you
you
put
got
over
About
it.
the snacks.
So the
Yep.
day camp runs for, did you say 11?
11 weeks, and some of them are staggered. So like one camp will be at the center at the same time.
So anybody interested in that can get in on a particular week.
Yes,
during
they
that
run
session.
for the week. The themes are also for the week. So it would be you register for Monday through Friday. And the camps are also affordable. They're $120 for the week.
I'm curious as to whether you spend any time actually asking local schools to come out, and you're having this this open house for the two particular college courses.
Yes.
On March 23rd. But this would be the kind of thing I would love to see school groups just get invited to bring a bus out and see what we've got here and what we do with it and how it works. Because for the general public schools, and even now you've got your charter schools as well, here again, they're kind of stuck in the textbooks. They don't all have the facilities to get to something like this. Have you done that? Have you considered that? Or
We do. So we do kind of both of those. We have pre-written programs that a school teacher can choose from, and there are field trips. So, we have them broken down into different age groups or different grade levels. So if you know that you're a sixth grade science teacher and you were looking for something that fit adaptations or water quality, you'd kind of go to the sixth grade section and see what we have and choose your water quality. And they're already ready, and
So
you
in
just
other words,
call us and schedule the day. So
all right,
students
you
would
present
come.
a course to them or a course of study, and then as part of that particular theme, you then bring them out for a day to the center?
They come to us for the day of the center. So their coursework would be taught by their teachers in the classroom. But then we supplement that with what they're learning at the center. So we would then have our staff set up to do maybe like a macroinvertebrate insect study at the pond and talk about, a biological count and water quality. We could test the water in the greenhouse with the chemicals and see what the pH is and the nitrates and the phosphates. And
See, that's a great education, a future education generator when you
Yeah.
do something like this.
Yep.
Good, great for business.
But then we've also had school districts reach out to us and say, hey, we're interested in just learning more about your center, and can we have a group of high school kids come out and do like career talks? So they've come to us and we've done, different kind of, STEM and science-based career,
Yeah.
conversations with the students too.
Now, getting back to the fact that it's a college facility, and yet here we're talking about pre-college students.
Yes.
When the college students, are there courses that actually make use of the center? I mean, you're having these two, for instance, conservation and natural resources. Would that be like for, I don't know, like a wildlife officer or?
So, exactly, for the conservation natural resource student, they come to us. That program starts in the fall. And it's 16 credits of, in my opinion, some of the most fun classes you could ever take, whether you're at college or anywhere. They're all in the fall semester, so it's a one-semester certification, and it gets students ready to be DCNR park rangers.
Ah, okay.
And some of the classes they would take would be freshwater ecosystems, mammals, dendrology, which is the study of plants and trees, ornithology, which is the study of birds, and then there's also an interpretation class, which helps the students, after they learned about the science of nature and all of your natural history, it teaches them how to present that and how to talk to, kind of how to be an educator while you're, if you're a park ranger, people are always running up to you like, what's this plant, or here's this snake. So you have to be able to then talk to explain what you know.
That's great. 16 credits, usually 12 to 15 is the average, so this gives you a little bit above and beyond for one
16
semester. So that's
credits.
great.
Yep.
Yeah, and the college is already so well known for its law enforcement.
Absolutely.
We cover the
Absolutely.
graduation courses there right here on ECTV. We rebroadcast those graduation ceremonies. And it occurs to me that a number of people that might want to get involved in a law enforcement course, there's not a million openings with regard to local police departments and things.
No.
But I think there's more and more, pardon me, openings in the conservation field. And this then gives them a chance to maybe expand that law enforcement basic education
Correct.
into another opportunity.
And one thing you probably don't know is that the radio show I do on 94.3 FM, The Talker, on Saturdays, which is on multiple stations around, is sponsored by Lackawanna College's School of Petroleum and Natural Gas in New Milford. So they're in it. Everybody from Cabot Chesapeake, Southwest Energy, Halliburton, Schlumberger in the area are usually hired from Lackawanna College's School of Petroleum and Natural Gas. That's up there 5 years. So they're into areas that the average person doesn't even have a clue what they're into, let alone conservation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lackawanna College is really worlds apart from the rest. It really is.
And I do want to mention, since we're talking about the School of Petroleum and Natural Gas, the open house on the 23rd at our center, that's a college-wide thing, so all of the campuses will be having open houses. So if anybody out there has been thinking about Lackawanna College for any of the majors, whether it's, that
Yeah,
one or
petroleum,
business
yeah,
or anything, main campus will be open, everybody, so.
Yeah, and you have a site where people can find out about anything that's going on at Lackawanna College. Here's the Facebook. That's the Facebook one I'm looking at. www.facebook.com LCEEC. I'm sure if you just put in Lackawanna College on Facebook, that's going to come
Absolutely.
up.
Yeah.
And your web address, www.lackawanna.edu/environmental education, all one word. And I guess you can always call 570-842-1506. So the 23rd then would be a great opportunity to look into the various courses that are available.
Yeah.
Is there a conscious effort to, since I brought up the question, is there a conscious effort to tie in the law enforcement program there with the conservation officer possibilities?
We do encourage most of our students to continue on to the police academy, and we've actually reached out to or already graduated academy students, and we've had a few of them take our program as well, because it does just open the door for so many of those students. They still have the ability to be, an officer, like the Act 120 already allows them, but now, it just opens the job market for them. They can apply to all of these
Well, it's still a policing.
Yes, it is.
law
The
enforcement
yeah,
positions.
absolutely.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there's more than you. Again, you tend to think of the beat cop in your borough or your city, but
Right.
there are other opportunities beyond that.
And you don't think about it, but poaching is a big deal these days. So a lot of more people are needed in the field in those ancillary
You
capacities.
just think of things like, Fish and Boat Commission.
Absolutely.
It comes to my mind
Yes,
immediately.
indeed.
And I know I do a little bit of fishing, and every now and then you'll see one of the officers come by to make sure everyone has their license and thing. Now,
That's correct.
Here again, they're law enforcement officers. They're armed.
That's correct. They are armed and
they have arrest
That is
powers.
correct.
Yes.
So it is a wide field there, and your center just fits in so beautifully with that.
It does. Yeah.
I'd be curious, down the line we bring you back in to find out how many folks come out of the course and wind up as conservation officers.
Definitely.
You probably already have had a few, I guess.
We've had 2 cohorts of students go through, but some of them have gone on to the police academy, so
Yeah.
they're not yet graduated. And then some of the others have applied for these, because you have to take the state test, because it's a
Correct.
government job.
Yes,
so,
it's government.
so that can take a little while to get
Yeah,
to get
Fish and
through the
Boat Commission
process.
is all civil service, and that's
Civil
a
service
whole
test,
deal
yeah.
in itself with civil service and seniority and qualifications, and then civil services is pretty tough to get into.
What are the other programs that are coming up in the immediate future? We're running out of a little short on time here.
Sure. So the other program, the Sustainable Leadership, is a brand new one that we're launching for this fall. That's our other college program. It's a certificate. It's also 16 credits. But this one is not designed to be one semester. This one we've put out over a few months. So you take one course at a time. It's 100% online. And what we were trying to do is make the Sustainable Leadership Certificate attainable for anybody that's already a working professional that
I
wants
see.
to add either leadership skills or the sustainability knowledge into their career. So what we did was that starts in the fall. And you'll take one class at a time. So Lackawanna College's online classes are only like 7.5 weeks long. So you take your first class from like the start of the semester to midterms, and then you take your second course from midterms to finals. So you get to only focus on one class at a time, which helps when you're trying to juggle work and possibly a family, or all of those things that not
Sure.
all students need to
And
try
again,
to
they're
juggle
ahead
at
of
the
the
same
curve
time.
because a lot of schools and a lot of colleges and universities are doing this 8-9 weeks like you're doing 7.5, because what they want to do anymore is go as far as Thanksgiving break and then not come back. You're done at Thanksgiving until the new semester. So again, you're really ahead on the scheduling with Lackawanna College too. That's what they're going with,
That sounds like
eight-week courses.
a lot of exciting programs.
So you can learn
coming up.
more about both of those at the open house. Yeah, we're
Okay, well,
excited.
and that open house again is March 23rd, and as Michelle pointed out, each of the Lackawanna campuses will be having
Their own.
an open house with regard to the specialties that they offer in
Correct.
those facilities. Well, good luck with that, with
Good
the
luck,
open house,
Michelle.
and certainly with
Thank
the
you.
Early Explorers program, and get those little guys and girls involved. I think that's really good and very, very commendable.
Thank
Michelle
you.
Wheeler from the Lackawanna College and Environmental Center, and Rusty Fender, Mike.
See you next week, Dave.
Thanks for coming in again.
Absolutely.
Mark,
Thank you,
thanks
Mark.
for keeping us in focus. I'm David DeCosmo for ECTV Live. Till we see you again next time, here's hoping all your news is good.